What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so before I get into this video, shout out to the brother Zach Hankins with the donation to the channel via the Cash App. Salute to you for letting me know about this particular situation involving Sophie Cunningham. Now, Sophie Cunningham is the woman that's pictured here. She's a WNBA player, known for her skill set, but she's also known for her looks. All right. Now, she is one of those types with a slender, I guess, sleek, svelte physique. Nice body. She does. And she likes to show it off. And I've said before, and I'll say it again, I have no problem with that. Matter of fact, I think that's one of the things that is needed more and has been needed more in the WNBA. Because look, I'm sorry, men are men. We are men. We're going to want to see eye candy. That's why I don't have a problem with Angel Reese and, what she wears. And, I just don't get it, because you have all these dudes who previously were complaining that the WNBA was full of too many wildebeests, and now you got some serious eye candy coming in the league or being promoted, and now all of a sudden these guys are in their bully pulpits on their channels, all of a sudden newly ordained pastors, saying, all of a sudden, moralizing over the decay of the WNBA and all, whatever, man. But Sophie Cunningham, for 5 years, was a member of the the Phoenix Mercury. And now she's a member of the Indiana Fever. Now, she was in the news recently because there are some rumors that she is linked to a Phoenix Suns executive. And like I said before, remember, for many years, she was a member of the Phoenix Mercury. So I don't know how true that is, but it is what it is. So look, Sophie Cunningham recently wore this in a pregame arrival. When they show the players coming into the stadium before, I guess, they shower, or maybe some of them shower before they change out their clothes into their uniform, whatever the case may be. This is what she was wearing before. And, this is definitely 304-esque attire. I'm not complaining about it, but, it's a little bit extreme considering that she's at her job, right? It's a little bit extreme, but I'm just saying, I'm not complaining about it, but I definitely believe that if Angel Reese wore this, there would have been a lot of videos criticizing her and accusing her of being, disrespecting the WNBA. She's a 304. She's for the streets, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. She's going to be out the league in 5 years with 2 baby daddies and 3 babies, and she's all this. And you know what I'm talking about here. And like I said, it doesn't matter that Sophie Cunningham does similar things to Angel Reese as far as promoting and flaunting her sensuality and sexuality like this. Now, I don't want to just get on my brothers here, because I'm going to point out some hypocrisy for some others. Sophie Cunningham, from what I could tell, and I think this is why she's a member of the Fever, by the way, or at least plays into it. Recently, or in recent years, she has voiced her support for Donald Trump. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out the Indiana Fever is the home of Caitlin Clark, who is the darling of a certain segment of society. Now, I believe personally that Caitlin Clark's personal political views, her social views are completely anathema to the average Trump supporter. But I think she is hiding certain aspects of her life because they want her to be more acceptable to her enormous fan base. She's a cash cow. By the way, I'm not going to go into specifics here, but I'm not even totally sold that Caitlin Clark is on the straight and narrow, if you catch my drift there. I'm not even totally sold on that. But yeah, it's just funny how a lot of those guys are, well, it's great to see women dressed like women, I agree with you, but I know damn well if Sophie Cunningham was Shakira Cunningham, you guys were probably saying something different. I'm just, not everybody, but a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you another thing I'm tired of too. I'm tired of this 304-ness and this 304 bashing that we see in WNBA and in our culture. I'm not saying we should be pro 304, but I'm tired of this always being aimed at Black women, right? As if you're trying to tell me when I was growing up, watching all that soft corn on Cinemax, I was seeing sisters everywhere. I wasn't. I don't think Emmanuel looked like, Halle Berry. You're not going to tell me when I was growing up as a kid and a preteen that when I was looking at all those Girl Gone Wild videos, I was seeing sisters everywhere. And like I said, I'm not trying to make this about race, but we're gonna play fair here. You know what I'm saying? If you have a problem with that, then have a problem with it, not just when a certain group engages in an action so that you can use that as a smokescreen to espouse your hatred for that group. Because that's what some people do. And I'm not just talking about white folks. I'm talking about Black men. A lot of Black men, it's no secret, they hate Black women. I don't know whether they got mommy issues. I don't know whether if they're harboring some resentments from past relationships they just won't let go. But they hate all Black women. And Angel Reese is a lightning rod for them. They love it. They can't stop disliking this. They can't stop hating her. And then the thing that really gets me, the thing that really is, the late great LB would say, the thing that really boils my broccoli about some of these dudes is that they claim that they love other women more. Black women are ugly, et cetera, right? That's not my words. That's some of the stuff I've seen put out here. All the hatred. But yet, when I look at your social media accounts, when I look at your topics, you spend so much time talking about something you claim you hate. If I dislike something, look, I dislike racist, right? I don't spend my time searching through social media looking at what the opinions of, grand dragons and cake. I stay away from that stuff. It's just going to tick me off. You know what I'm saying? I think some of you guys are projecting something else here. And like I said before, the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference. If I'm indifferent to something, that means it doesn't affect me one way or the other. Hate and love are passion. They're different ends of the spectrum of the emotion of passion. So a lot of these guys, when they say they hate this, they hate that, they really don't. They really long for the love and the acceptance of something. You know, if RG3 was truly happy, he wouldn't go out of his way to put on videos him drinking milk and have, his overseer, aka his wife, in the background being, a centerpiece for him to go in on someone that don't look like her and make it about rape. Well, I don't want to go into all that, man. But anyway, salute to Sophie Cunningham. I heard she got hurt recently. I hope she recovers from that. And like I said, I don't have a problem with what she's wearing at all. But I just have a problem with how some people some people have a problem with certain people dressing sexy, and others, it's doesn't bother them at all, And by the way, I know some people will say, well, Angel Reese said that she has a problem being sexualized, but then she doesn't. No, that's not what she said. And I made that mistake at first too when I first heard her statement. What Angel Reese was talking about is she has a problem with people making AI corn of her. That's what she was talking about. She didn't articulate it well enough, but that's what she was talking about. People were making AI corn of her and then sending it to her family members. Also, she had guys in her social media account. She didn't go into specifics, but she has guys that send her the most vile, disgusting shit. But these same guys claim that they think she's ugly. But then they'll, send her pictures or videos of them relieving themselves on her photos and then calling her ugly black bitch. That's really psychopathic behavior. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.